One woman, one airplane, one final radio message, then silence. Amelia Earhart wasn't just a pilot. She was one of the most celebrated women of her time. But on July 2nd, 1937, during an attempt to fly around the world, she disappeared over the Pacific Ocean. For nearly 90 years, historians, explorers, and governments have searched for answers. Despite advanced technology, countless expeditions, and decades of investigation, no definitive evidence has revealed exactly what happened. Today, we'll retrace Amelia Earhart's final journey, from her greatest achievements to her last known radio transmission, separating documented facts from enduring theories to understand one of history's greatest aviation mysteries.
Incredible. Here's a nickel.
By 1937, Amelia Earhart had already broken countless records, but she was preparing for something no woman had ever accomplished, a flight around the world. Amelia wouldn't be flying alone. Her navigator, Fred Noonan, was one of the most experienced aerial navigators of his era, trusted to guide the aircraft across vast oceans. The journey began successfully. Amelia and Fred crossed continents, deserts, mountains, and tropical landscapes, moving steadily closer to the Pacific. The Lockheed Electra was carefully modified for long-distance travel. Extra fuel tanks gave it the range needed to cross immense stretches of open ocean. On July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan arrived in Lae, New Guinea. Ahead lay their most dangerous challenge, the endless Pacific Ocean. At 10 a.m. local time on July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan lifted off from Lae, New Guinea. Ahead of them lay more than 2,500 miles of open ocean and one of the most demanding flights ever attempted. Their next destination was tiny Howland Island, a remote speck of land in the vast Pacific. Missing it by only a few miles could mean flying into an ocean with no place to land. Without GPS or modern navigation systems, Fred Noonan relied on maps, calculations, and celestial navigation to guide the aircraft across thousands of miles of open sea. Throughout the flight, Amelia remained in radio contact with the U.S. Coast Guard cutter Itasca, which was waiting near Howland Island to help guide her to the tiny runway. As the aircraft approached its destination, radio messages became increasingly difficult to understand. Distance, atmospheric conditions, and technical limitations complicated communication. The crew aboard the Itasca scanned the horizon, expecting Amelia's aircraft to appear at any moment. But despite careful observation, the Electra remained out of sight. One of Amelia's final confirmed radio messages indicated that she believed she was near Howland Island, but she could not see it. She also reported difficulty receiving radio signals from the Itasca. Soon afterward, radio communication stopped. No further confirmed messages were received from Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan. Their exact location at that moment remains unknown. Within hours, concern turned into alarm. One of the largest search operations of its time was about to begin, but the Pacific Ocean was vast, and every passing hour reduced the chances of finding the missing aircraft. When Amelia Earhart failed to arrive at Howland Island, concern quickly turned into urgency. The United States launched one of the largest air and sea search operations in history. For days, ships and aircraft searched thousands of square miles of open ocean. Every hour without a discovery made the search more difficult. The operation covered an immense area of the Pacific and involved ships, aircraft, and thousands of personnel, making it one of the largest search efforts ever undertaken at the time. Despite days of searching, no confirmed wreckage, no life raft, and no verified trace of Amelia Earhart or Fred Noonan was found. News of the disappearance spread across the globe. Newspapers carried the story on their front pages, and millions waited for answers that never came.
The Navy's joining the search. She has to be found.
Over the decades, researchers, historians, and explorers continued searching for evidence, using technologies that Amelia could never have imagined. Several discoveries have sparked debate over the years, but none has provided conclusive proof of what happened during Amelia Earhart's final flight. With no definitive answer, Amelia Earhart's disappearance became one of history's greatest unsolved aviation mysteries. The search for the truth continues. The most widely accepted explanation is that Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan simply ran out of fuel before locating Howland Island. According to this theory, the aircraft crashed into the Pacific Ocean and eventually sank into its depths. The Pacific Ocean in this region is thousands of meters deep. If the aircraft came down here, finding it would be an extraordinary challenge. Another theory suggests the Electra may have reached Nikumaroro Island, where Amelia and Fred could have survived for a time as castaways. Researchers have debated this possibility for decades, but no conclusive proof has been found. Over the years, researchers have examined bones, artifacts, and historical records connected to Nikumaroro. None has been universally accepted as definitive evidence of Amelia Earhart's fate. Modern expeditions have used sonar, underwater robots, and advanced imaging technology to search the Pacific Ocean, but the mystery remains unsolved. The search area covers an immense expanse of ocean. Powerful currents, extreme depths, and rugged underwater terrain make locating a small aircraft exceptionally. Although her final flight remains a mystery, Amelia Earhart changed aviation forever. She inspired generations of pilots, explorers, and dreamers to pursue what once seemed impossible. Today, Amelia Earhart is remembered not only for the mystery surrounding her disappearance, but for the barriers she broke and the courage she displayed throughout her life. Nearly 9 decades later, one question still echoes across history. What truly happened to Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan on that final flight?